Hey guys, and we are here for a Cup of Joe with John, as I got John here with me, and my name is John in Gaelic, so basically works that way very well. We are streaming all this Cup of Joe to you guys live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
That's right, but we've been sending out a lot of those brand new Pilot TVs to a lot of new locations, including these ones we're about to shout out right now. Rusty Duck 2, The Happy Hour in Madison, Toppers, Windrift Lounge, Westfield Golf Club, Eagles Austin, Mapleview Lounge 2, The Cree Bar and Grill, Bobby Joe's, The Bar and Grill, American Legion Fridley, Municipal Liquor Store Eagle Bend, and VFW Eagle Bend.
Definitely some great locations getting those Pilot TVs. Some of those locations I see getting wins all the time. But you guys can get wins all day today as we have great jackpots on the line throughout each of our games. The first one is coming up during 12 to 1. And that's Vikings Bingo, 25-cent card edition. And you guys could take home $19,445 if you win it in 52 balls or less. Me and John, we're super excited to be able to be out here for that Vikings Bingo. And hopefully we can give it out on this Friday.
Oh, 100%. But of course, right afterward from 1 to 4 p.m., we got the Game Day Bingo, the 50-cent cards. And of course, that goes on to 4 to 6 p.m., but you get the first chance at prizes starting at 1. That mega jackpot is starting off the day at $26,053, available in 47 balls or less to win. Looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and at 47 balls or less, you may go, oh, that's a really tough win.
Yeah.
But what was it, 2 Fridays ago, 3 Fridays ago, that you were able to give out a $10,000 jackpot on that coverall, mega prize in Game Day Bingo, and gave out $10,000 in 44 balls, which was absolutely ridiculous. And so 47, definitely doable.
Oh, 100%. So definitely come on out for the Game Day Bingo tonight. But we do have some Skull Bingo $1 cards going on right afterward from 6 to 10 p.m. since it is that Good Friday. That coverall jackpot starting things off at $8,840, available in 50 balls or less to win. Looking pretty good.
Definitely some great highlight jackpots there. And we'll talk about all the prizes that are in the line throughout the rest of the day. But let's first talk about the jackpots that went out yesterday, as we had 4 different jackpots go out on that Thursday. And the first one being Bob over at the Chart House, who took home the second largest jackpot of yesterday, $5,924. Surprising that that's the second largest jackpot of the day.
Very, very true. But nice job to Bob. Up next, though, it was none other than Betty over at the Barrel House Bar and Cafe, taking away $867. Nice job to you, Betty.
Oh, yeah. And then the third jackpot that went out, which was actually the largest jackpot. And they were saying their name was Always Lose, but apparently they got a great win over at Wild Boar Bar and Grill, taking home $6,750.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to you. Always Lose. But for the end of the night, we got Kiefer over at the Rusty Nail in Thief River Falls, winning $608 to end off that Thursday.
Is there a certain character or something like that that goes by the name Kiefer?
No, I know somebody with the last name Kiefer, though, and I know Kiefer Sutherland as well.
Oh,
so that might be the familiarity.
That might be what I'm drawing from is Kiefer Sutherland.
I was kind of getting that a little bit, too. I was wondering, is that from something?
I was like, it sounds like it's from something, like it would be in a show, like a nickname for somebody.
Yeah.
But definitely a great win out to that player, $608, not bad. But you guys can take some really good prizes home in our newest E-Tab game that just got released about 2 weeks ago. And that's called Bounty Hunter. Collect up lucky horseshoes and try the Bonanza bonus, or try your luck picking a lucky door in the Saloon door bonus.
Awesome stuff. So definitely check out that one. We also just released the one I'm wearing right now, Stinkin' Rich. It's pretty cool stuff.
It's a great one. It's one of my favorites that we've released. Great color scheme. You got Ricky the Skunk. That is the main character of that great game, and it's super fun stuff.
100%. So definitely check all those new games out. Let us know which one is your favorite. But in the meantime, we got some weather to get into over in St. Cloud, Minnesota. So they are starting their day off with some cloudy skies early on, followed by some partial clearing, so not too bad. The high is going to be 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be blowing 5 to 10 miles per hour, so very autumnal day.
Yeah, it's going to be a cold one. The first real hint of winter coming around the corner, but definitely a beautiful fall day as you're going to be seeing those color changes in those leaves. Should be some really fun stuff. After I go over this nighttime, I have a funny story for you. But tonight over in St. Cloud, you got clear skies, a low of 32 degrees, winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. That sunset will be at 6:45 for you guys. Awesome. But funny enough, color changing leaves is something that I am very used to, being a person a part of the Midwest and dealing with summers all the time. But my grandpa, he has just gotten married to a woman who's grown up in Mexico.
Yeah.
And so she is now staying here in Michigan, and she's watching these color changes, and she's just in awe of it all. She's like, there's red, there's orange, there's like, and she's just like, there's so many colors. It's awesome. It was so crazy to think about, like, that experiencing that for the first time has to be almost a jaw-dropping experience.
No, I agree. No, I mean, I didn't live in Michigan for a while until, like, I came back when I was, like, 13, I think, or maybe 12. I think it was like when I was, it doesn't matter, but around that age. And I came back, and you know, snow was awesome. It was insane how much snow there was, because, like, the only snow I got in Texas was, like, maybe 2 inches was the most we ever got. It was crazy. But so snow was really crazy, and then the leaves changing, that was really awesome to see, too.
Yeah, that was a cool one. I always came and visited family, so I always knew about it, because Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that, I was always up in Michigan celebrating with family, even when I lived down south. So I always knew of leaves changing, so it never was, like, a huge surprise to me. But she's, like, showing me every picture she has from, like, every different colored leaf that there is. And I'm like, I see this every fall. But for her, it's like a new experience.
It's, like,
and
cool.
she's like, this is the coolest thing ever. And so it's almost just as fun to experience that with that person, because they're just so, like, enthusiastic about the leaves changing.
Oh, 100%. And it is very beautiful. So definitely pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, enjoy the fall weather today in St. Cloud.
Yeah, 100%. Hopefully you guys are enjoying those leaves changing too. But while you are enjoying the pleasant autumn views, we do have some Vikings bingo rolling around from 12 to 1 for that lunch hour bingo. This time it's the 25-cent cards like it normally is. During this time, you can win over $19,445 and 52 balls or less to win.
Yeah, this may be my the jackpot I'm most excited about during today. And it's not just because this is the only broadcast that I am on trying to give out jackpots. Maybe a little bit. But it's also $19,000 on a 25-cent card. Doesn't get much better than that. But you also earn points towards our lunchtime bingo standings, which is the combination of the points you earn during Vikings bingo and during Twins bingo. And we combine that together to create the Twiking zone. But in those standings, we didn't have a lot of shakeouts, but we did have one singular at the very end of our standings. And that was moving from 10th into 9th. We got Kirby over at VFW Blaine, not only just passing up that former 9th place player, but also getting to the 100,000 point club with exactly 100,000 points. But not too far behind him, getting bumped back from 9th into 10th, we got T-Bone over at Poppers. I expect them to get into the 100,000 point cup this weekend, as they have 98,000 points.
Yeah, 100%. But other than that, not a whole lot of shakeups happening. We do have 7th and 6th place pretty close together. Tez over at Poppers, 120,000 points. Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant, 122,000 points. Only about a 2,000 point lead for Caribou. But then 5th and 4th is also a pretty close race. They're about 10,000 points apart. Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park has 185,000 points. Sin Bob over at Corky's Bar in South Haven has 195,000 points.
Really, 4th place, it feels like Sin Bob is not in a close race with the 3rd place player, but they're actually in a closer race than Loser Dave and Sin Bob are, as 4th place is really a race for that 1st place spot, I feel like, as Mikey Wins only has 201,000 points in that 3rd place spot. Now in the 200,000 point club, big movement for them getting into that club just yesterday. But they're not the only ones, as we have 3 different players in that club. Also in a tight race with all these players we just talked about. In 2nd place, we got Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven with 206,000 points. But then that number one player, only 6,000 points ahead of Nan then. I mean, still in this cluster of a race. In first place, we got Scrub Eye at American Legion Fridley with 212,000 points. Now, with that 4-player race for that first place spot, which player are you watching out for to earn the most points over the weekend and also just make some big moves today as well?
I'm taking either Nan or Sinbob. I honestly think those are the two top dogs right now.
Okay.
I think in the past couple weeks, they've been earning around the most points.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the highest up there. I'm going to go with another player that I see out there all the time, and that's Mikey Wins. Mikey Wins, he has days where I don't see him at all, and there's other days where I feel like he's winning every single game. And I'm predicting that this weekend is going to be one of his hot weekends, and he'll just move up in these standings and maybe not get into first place, but make it a real tight competition with it.
Yeah, 100%. So definitely watch out for those top 3 players going into this weekend. But we do have those location standings rolling around too. 10th place is just outside of that 100,000 point club. It's Steve-O's over in Crystal with 99,000 points.
Yeah, and definitely would help if they got into that 100,000 point club, as the player I predicted to be having a hot weekend actually plays at Steve-O's.
Very, very true. So Mikey Wins might be able to pull some points around for them. But other than that, we got 3 locations in the 100,000 point club, 2 locations in the 200,000 point club.
They're pretty close together in that 200,000 point club. Our place on 3rd and Faribault, 233,000 points. And in 5th place, VFW Blaine with 238,000 points. Definitely either of those could be in 5th place by the end of this weekend.
100%. And then you move on, you got 2 more locations in the 300,000 point club. A 400,000 point club location, and then a 500,000 point club location. I mean, the top 6 is just kind of all over the place.
They definitely are. 3rd place is Corky's Bar South Haven. They're trying to get into that 400,000 point club with 386,000 points. 2nd place is American Legion Fridley with 445,000 points. And that number 1 location, they're the reigning champs, and you guessed it, VFW Spring Lake Park is there with 540,000 points.
100%. Nice job to all those locations and players in the top 10. But we have a ton of different charitable eTab games you guys can choose from. Over 70 we got over here at Pilot Games. Right now we're listening to Vikings Victory. It's one of our more popular ones. Obviously, it's from our partnership with the Vikings themselves. So it's a really cool one. Definitely check it out and let us know what you think.
It's one of my favorite backdrops for it, as you got USA Bank Stadium, and you also got that ship that lays right in front of USA Bank Stadium. That's also in the background as well.
100%. So, no, it's definitely some really, really cool stuff in that game. Check it out, and you can play it anytime to win huge prizes up to $1,500. All of those games have small bets between 50 cents and $5 and awesome bonus and free play rounds too. Yeah,
we got some awesome pictures of you, Jordy, and Will all up on that ship that's in front of USA Bank Stadium.
That's right.
Which hopefully we could show off pretty soon during our game day bingo as we continue to get some of those photos up from our trip when we were over there in Minnesota that we want to be able to show off to you guys. But we do have more live bingo games running after that Vikings bingo from 1 all the way till 4. That's when we get started with our game day bingo. Now, this is our unhosted game day bingo, but it's 50 cents a card to take home these prizes. You have a mega prize of $26,053. There's a highlight jackpot, and you could take it home in 47 balls or less. That major prize is at $1,000. You take home in 48 balls or less, and it's pretty close to clicking up from 48 to 49 balls or less. That minor prize, it clicks up so quickly. It's already at $58.39, and every game it clicks up 2 balls, making it even more doable each game, and it starts off every single day at 52 balls or less. But if any of those jackpots don't go out during that 1 to 4 span, you'll have more opportunities at that 50-cent game day bingo from 4 to 6, and that'll be hosted by you as well as Will, and you'll be trying to give out a bunch of great prizes as well as 2 Lucky 4 bingo game prizes.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, we got 2 games at Lucky 4 bingo. The first one starting right at 4 p.m. We got over $38,865 on that one. And then, of course, the second chance at Lucky 4 bingo happens right at 6 p.m. at the end of the broadcast. And if none of the jackpots go out during that first game, you can get another chance at any of the jackpots that did not go out on the second one.
Oh, yeah.
But, of course, between those 2 games, we got 23 games of Game Day Bingo, the 50-cent edition. And you can get another chance at all those prizes prizes that didn't go out during 1 to 4.
Yeah, as well earned points for our happy hour standings, and those standings haven't been updated for a long time, but we'll go over how they sat when we last updated them. And in 10th place, we have a three-way tie between Wolfstein over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, Crazy Kid over the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, and Jay Surma over at Grumpy's Bar and Grill Roseville, all with 10,000 points. With 11,000 points in 7th place, we got Dustball 75 at Charlie Sports Bar and Grill, Tesla at Friends Bar and Restaurant, and Kirby over at American Legion Fridley, all with 11,000 points. 6th place is Lucky Ride over at the South Street Saloon with 12,000 points, and with 13,000 points in 5th place, we got Chica over at Willie McCoy's of Andover. 4th place is Billany over at VFW Blaine with 15,000 points. With 17,000 points in 3rd place, we got O'Lars over at Onamia Vets Club. Onamia Vets Club. Oh, Lars, good job getting those wins. 2nd place is Brother Nate over at Carboni's Pizza Sports Bar Burnsville with 20,000 points. And with 38,000 points in 1st place, we got Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards.
All right, for the location side of things, we got 10th place, the Dugout Bar and Grill in Bethel. They had 16,000 points. 8th was a two-way tie between the Barrel House Bar and Cafe and Willie McCoy's of Andover. They both had 17,000 points. 7th was Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar in Burnsville with 19,000 points. 6th was VFW Blaine with 23,000 points. 5th was Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop with 26,000 points. 4th was American Legion Fridley with 33,000 points. 3rd was VFW Spring Lake Park in Spring Lake Park with 44,000 points. 2nd was Onamia Vets Club with 46,000 points. And 1st place was Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 80,000 points.
Definitely some crazy stuff there. Definitely great to see those standings, and hopefully we can see them updated very, very soon. But after those happy hour games running from 4 all the way till 6 o'clock, ending with that final game of Lucky 4 Bingo, you get into some Skull Bingo that runs from 6 all the way till 10. You can take home a coverall of $8,840. You can take home in 50 balls or less. The large frames at $820. You take home in 43 balls or less. And then that line prize looking real good at $233. You can take home in 10 balls or less. And sometimes those Skull Bingos get interrupted by some specialty nights. We got 2 of them that happened this past week. The first one that's happening next week is going to be MegaSota Game Night. That starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. You guys can take home a bunch of PGL game action, as well as some great prizes, including a Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale that's sitting at 54 balls or less, and you could take home $39,881 if you're able to do that.
Awesome stuff. And then, of course, we got Twins Wednesday happening the very next night. It goes from 7 to 9 like it does every single Wednesday. Got a lot of great PGL games during that time, including some high and low tournament games. Those are always a lot of fun, where the biggest loser wins the same as the biggest winner. And then we got the back-to-back games of Wipeout, Blackout for the grand finale, making for some pretty fun games scattered throughout Twins Wednesday.
Yeah, and it should be the final Twins Wednesday coming up this next week. And then we're switching over to our Wild Wednesday, as our Wild gets started the very next day after next Wednesday, right on Thursday is our home opener.
Sweet. Definitely some awesome stuff going with our Wild season coming up. But of course, remember to sign up at pgl.world to become a member of our league. PGL players compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great stuff in it. So sign up at pgl.world today, especially if you've already been playing during those PGL specialty nights and, you notice like, oh, well, maybe I want to start counting up my points and have access to all this cool PGL stuff. You can make your PGL account, and most of the time you can actually get all of your PGL points you've been accumulating during the season too.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that happen where some player gets up and then they're in
the same name all the time.
And then they're in that top 10 right away. Yeah. So if you've been playing under a name consistently during those nights, make sure you guys are signed up at pgl.world. Some players that just got signed up are Stu71, Blue Frog 12, Pink Fly 123, Fred Trisha. Good to see them finally get signed up. We got BJ Palumbo, Andrew Scar, Sparky File, Gino 1440, B Santier 34 and Midnight. Good job to all those players getting signed up. Hopefully we can see them get into our top 10 standings pretty soon, as we only had a few shakeups in the standings last Wednesday.
That's right. Actually, starting with eighth place, actually dropping from 7th, it was Nixon over at VFW Roseville, now with 702,000 points. Only 8,000 points ahead in 7th place. It's Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 710,000 points. But, of course, those were really the most serious of shakeups, with Chapster rising from 8th to 6th, looking pretty good over at most. But the top 3 is still Sloppy over at Malone's Bar in 3rd. 2nd is Devoided over at Roadside. And 1st is still Forget UD over at VFW Austin.
Oh, yeah, and on the location side of these standings, newcomer Cabin Bar in Nicolette was able to get into that top 10. Good job. Other shakeups in the standings, it doesn't look like there was any others. 3rd place was VFW Northfield still. 2nd place is Poppers in Virginia, and that number 1 location that's actually in the 3 million point club, it's Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud. But if you guys want to stay up to date with any shakeups, anything happening, bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and so much more, you got to give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. You'll also find a link tree on that Facebook page, which has links to bar locations and socials, as well as many other links there as well, which is always a great time to just learn some more about Pilot Games.
Very, very true. But we have come to the most important part of the broadcast, our player spotlight. And this week, it is Fred Trisha over at Moonlight Bay. They won over $49,000, supporting a charity at the same time as winning that jackpot. That charity was Northern Lakes Youth Hockey. Their mission statement is to promote a fun, fair, and safe environment that maximizes participation and improves player skills while developing sportsmanship, teamwork, and self-confidence.
Definitely a great charity to support, especially with yesterday being National Coaches Day. And so getting rolled into a little bit of Vikings bingo, as there's $19,000 available. And remember, when you play Pilot Games, your community wins. There it is. 53 balls.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching,
Cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Hey guys, and we are here for some Vikings bingo, and we're gonna have to get shot up. So, Nikki, shoot us to the Viking studio. All right, and we are here now. None of our pieces got swapped or anything like that. Good stuff. We got 25 seconds to get enrolled in this game. $19,602 available. Should be some really fun stuff as we try and give out a huge coverall jackpot. And we'll be streaming all these games to you guys live on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch.
That's right, but we've been sending a lot of those brand new Pilot TVs to a lot of new locations, and some of these new locations include the Rusty Duck 2, Happy Hour in Madison, Toppers, Windrift Lounge, Westfield Golf Club, Eagles in Austin, the Mapleview Lounge 2, the Cree Bar and Grill, Bobby Joe's, the Bar and Grill, American Legion Fridley, Municipal Liquor Store in Eagle Bend, and the VFW Eagle Bend.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. But we got a great game right here as we got $18 on that line and large M and $19,545 on that coverall as we already got players one ball away on that line prize. But speaking of jackpots, we gave out a few jackpots yesterday, meaning we've given out 18 jackpots over the last 7 days and 309 jackpots during this season 12, but 4 of them just went out yesterday.
Awesome stuff, but we do have a couple winners. We got Goober over at JB's Tavern and Debbie Lou over at VFW Spring Lake Park. Both of them splitting up 18 bucks on that line prize. Nice job.
Yeah, I think just making me think of Goofy Goober, seeing Goober get the win. I might want to rewatch some of that like early first 2 seasons of SpongeBob.
Oh, 100%, or just the movie.
Yeah, or just the movie. Yeah, that's such a great movie as well.
It is a great movie.
Just for my own childhood's sake. I don't even know if it's actually that entertaining anymore.
Oh, it's so good.
I haven't rewatched it in so long.
Really?
It's been like probably around like 8 years since I've watched the original.
It holds up. It holds up for sure. Yeah.
So like it's been definitely like early high school was the last time I watched that movie. So I definitely would like to again.
100%. But of course, we did have some of those jackpot winners going crazy yesterday. Bob over at Chart House was starting it off. Over $5,924 going to Bob. Nice job to you. But we do have a winner on the large M.
Yeah, it's Fifi over at the Chili Line taking home that $18 large M as we have a beautiful run-up at this $19,000 jackpot. Are we going to give it out in the very first game? People are in line definitely to take it home. But while the balls are dropping and we're trying to give it out, we got another jackpot to talk about. And the second one that went out on Thursday went out to Betty over at the Barrel House Bar and Cafe, taking home $867. But before we get into those final 2 jackpots, we're coming to the final balls dropped on this game. People are still in line to be able to take this one home after a great run-up, but this is the final opportunity to do so.
not looking like we're going to get it. $27 is now the must-go prize on the coverall. We do have players 2 balls away already, though.
Oh, yeah, but the third jackpot that went out yesterday went out to Always Lose over at Wild Boar Bar and Grill, taking home $6,750. And before we get into that final jackpot winner, we got the double win on that one as the large M and coverall went out at the same time, it looks like.
That's right. Nana Winner over at Lakefront Bar took away that coverall prize. Nice job to Nana Winner. And then, Fife took away that.
Oh, wait, we talked about that a
yeah.
while ago. No, it wasn't at the same time. Nana Winner just was able to get that coverall so quickly. We just gave out that large gem so early that I completely forgot about it by the time we gave out that coverall.
That was a really crazy run-up at that.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get a run-up similar to that in this upcoming game, as that jackpot is still available and growing as you guys get enrolled into this one.
100%. But, of course, did we talk about Kiefer?
No, we didn't talk about that final jackpot.
No. Kiefer did his thing over at Rusty Nail in Thief River Falls yesterday, taking away $608. Nice job to you, Kiefer, being the last jackpot of the day. Not too shabby. You're looking up if Kiefer is like in anything like, if that's a character or anything like that.
Yes, that's what I want to.
It's a TV movie, Colonel Kiefer.
Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland is the one that is just popping up. That seems to be the main one. There is a movie called Kiefer in 1978. They might be referencing that, as that is the exact same spelling as the Kiefer that they're playing under.
Very, very true. Very interesting stuff. That'd be funny if they popped up as like Colonel Kiefer in a second.
That would be really funny.
It's probably some weird action movie. That's so funny. But of course, we do have a brand new E-Tab game to talk about. So pay attention. Bounty Hunter just came out. You can collect some lucky horseshoes, try out the Bonanza bonus, or you can try your luck over in the Saloon Door bonus round and pick a lucky door.
Oh, yeah, definitely some great stuff there. Now, what is your colorway if you are an Old West cowboy?
Oh, man, like probably orange and like dark gray.
Orange and dark gray.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you're going with, I feel like, more of a hero aesthetic, I'll go with more of a villain aesthetic.
Okay.
And I'll go with a nice, like, leather stain, dark brown, leather, as well as maybe even some black in, like, the actual, like, body of the suit with some, like, red frill and stuff like that on it as well.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to go with. The villain fit.
I like it black and red with some like leather in there.
Yes.
Some dark brown. I like it.
I feel like that's what most villains wear in Westerns. So you're the hero in this story. I'm the villain. Who's the fast shooter? Very definitely some great stuff. Check out Bounty Hunter. It's super fun. And the bonus rounds are even fun are great as well. But we have a preview to that E-Tab game on our Facebook page. So definitely check it out and see if you could enjoy that game before you even look at it. And all you got to do is search up Pilot Games on our Facebook and you'll be able to see our logo. Click on that and you won't just see the preview to that game. You'll also see weekly bingo schedules, event details and reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and even more than that. There's also a website link on their Facebook page that is our link tree. It has links to bar locations, socials, as well as pgl.world and so much more.
100%. So definitely check it out. Let us know what you think. And don't be afraid to check in with any of our socials. We love hearing from you guys.
For sure.
But we do have some awesome Vikings bingo starting off our day every single day of the week for our bingo schedule. Of course, this is the lunch hour bingo. It's what we're playing right now. We play it every day from 12 to 1 p.m. And right now, we are getting a chance at this jackpot over $19,650 and 52 balls or less to win. And if you guys didn't know already, that jackpot is always available in 52 balls or less to win, no matter what it is at. So it's always very consistently good jackpot to get a chance at.
Yeah, definitely is super, super fun. We do have line prize going out to longtime, big-time player, one of our top 3 players in our Vikings bingo standings. We got Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven taking home $21. Now we're going to $21 large M, as well as that $19,651 coverall.
Awesome stuff. But of course, right after Vikings bingo, we play some game day bingo from 1 to 4 p.m. Those are the 50-cent cards rolling around. During that time, you can get a chance at the minor. It's starting off today at $58.39 and 52 balls or less to win. That major is rolling around at $1,000 and 48 balls or less to win. And that mega jackpot's looking really good. $26,053.47 balls or less to win.
Definitely some great stuff during that game day bingo. And if you miss out on any of those prizes during that 1 to 4 time, they'll be growing and rolling over to that 4 to 6 game day bingo time, where you'll be trying to give out some more great prizes. Every single happy hour, though, gets started off with a little Lucky 4 bingo action right at 4 p.m. $38,865 available in that game. And if you don't give it out at 4, you'll have another opportunity at 6. In between there, you got 23 games of game day bingo, where any of those prizes, like I said, from that 1 to 4 time that grow and roll over will be available during that 4 to 6 time. But even after that, you get more great bingo themed after the Vikings, and that is Skull Bingo. That's running from 6 all the way till 10, and there's 3 really great jackpots available in that.
That's right. The line prize is starting things off at $233, available in 10 balls or less to win, but we do have another winner.
Yeah, Sparkle 31 over at the Lincoln Depot is taking home $21 as we got to give this out in this ball right here. Can JVV take it home? No, we are moving on to a $31 Musco coverall prize, as just 2 balls off from taking that home, was in line to be able to take home the jackpot. We got JVV over at the Friends Bar and Restaurant in St. Cloud taking home $31. Not a bad Musco in this game, but definitely I'm sure he's wishing that it went 2 balls earlier out.
100%, but nice job, JVV. Hopefully your luck will be turning around in these next couple of games. But of course, I was talking about Skull Bingo. That line prize I said was over $230. The large frame is looking good too, $820 in 43 balls or less to win. And that coverall jackpot's looking awesome. $8,840 and 50 balls or less to win. All 3 of those prizes are looking primed and ready for tonight. All 4 hours of Skull Bingo from 6 to 10.
Yeah, should be some really, really good stuff. And sometimes we like to interrupt Skull Bingo with even better nights, as we got some specialty nights that happen on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Tuesday specialty night is MegaSota Game Night, where Tony and Nikki bring a bunch of great PGL game action, giving out a bunch of points as well as prizes like a Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale that they weren't able to give out the prize in. It's sitting at $39,881 headed into this next Tuesday, and you could win it in 54 balls or less.
Awesome stuff. But of course, Twins Wednesday rolls around every single Wednesday from 7 to 9. And of course, a lot of great PGL games during this time too, including some high and low tournament PGL games. Those are always a lot of fun. During that time, you can get a chance to be the biggest loser and get the same prize as the biggest winner. So if you're feeling a little down on your luck, that may be the game for you.
Yeah, and it should be some really fun stuff, as next week is the final Twins Wednesday.
That's right.
Before we switch into the other half of the year where we play Wild Wednesday.
100%. So it'll be a lot of fun, a great start to our hockey season going into the new Wild stuff going on. But we do only have a minute and a half left to get into this next game, so be sure to get enrolled. Over $19,600 available on that jackpot and 52 balls or less to win.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff, but we're getting into some national days as you guys get enrolled into this game. The first one is National Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day. On October 7th, it officially marks the sweet and salty goodness of National Chocolate Pretzel Day. Whether they're dipped in dark, milk, or white chocolate, be sure to celebrate every mouth-watering pretzel bite.
Yeah, no, these are one of my favorite snacks.
One of the top favorite, like, sweet snacks that I can have.
I mean, like, I'm not a huge fan of white chocolate, but like I'll eat up like white chocolate dipped pretzels.
I mean, mix it with that. Yeah, you get the. I almost sometimes prefer white chocolate pretzels, as I like the really high amount of sweetness that's in a white chocolate mixed with the salt. And I feel like it really brings out the salt in those white chocolates.
I'm just white chocolate, like sickly sweet, can sometimes get to me a little bit.
I agree. I can't eat too much of it, but there's times where I crave white chocolate pretzels more than I crave like milk or dark chocolate pretzels.
100%. But dark chocolate,
that's another good one.
Super good. Milk chocolate, but they do kind of have their varying, like they are different, in their own ways.
Yes, they are. I feel like milk chocolate is my least favorite of the list. Okay. Dark chocolate, I like it paired up with
kind of like the extremes a little bit more.
Yes, I definitely do. The milk chocolate's too in between for me. I mean, I still eat it. It's a chocolate covered pretzel. It's still delicious.
It is a little bit more like creamy too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, just pairs I feel like not as good. Like I'd rather have milk chocolate with something else than I would with a pretzel, like kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like milk chocolate goes the best on a s'mores for sure.
Oh, for sure. It's unmatched on a s'more, but But then you go to pretzel, you're like, oh, I like the extremes on that one.
100%. But we do have balls rolling around on this game. We got $23 on that line in large M, and we got over 19 grand on that coverall jackpot and 52 balls or less to win.
Yeah.
We already got a few players out there. I see TG Vikes, a big-time player, MD Mailman as well. Mrs. Yags is out there as well. Hopefully you guys are trying to get at that crazy jackpot, and hopefully enjoying chocolate-covered pretzel day as well.
Yeah, what is your favorite chocolate-covered snack? Or chocolate-covered item, because there's so many great chocolate-covered items. Even counting like fondue fountain, like dipping it in chocolate-covered like strawberries and stuff like that.
Have you ever had a chocolate-covered like bacon piece?
No.
Oh, it's so good. Oh,
is
it's
it?
Yeah, it's so good.
Really?
Yeah,
no.
It is so good.
No, it's not.
No,
No
it
way.
is good.
That's really cool stuff. I actually feel like it would because I've had bacon on a donut before.
Yeah.
On like a maple
it's the same kind of thing. Yeah.
And so I feel like it's not as crazy as I actually. I mean, the more I think about it, I'm like that could be good. That could be tasty.
It's as long as it's not like a chewy weird piece. I feel like that would be
it needs to be
weird.
a crisp bacon.
Yeah,
it definitely needs to be crisp bacon.
Yeah, exactly. But we do have a player over at Sundance Golf Banquet Bowl taking away that line prize. Nice job to you, player, winning $23 on that one.
I'm going to go with my favorite chocolate-covered snack is chocolate-covered almonds. I'm a huge fan of chocolate-covered almonds.
No, that is a really good one. Chocolate-covered peanuts as well.
The dark chocolate on the almonds, though. It has to be the dark chocolate on the almonds.
No, that would be pretty good. But yeah, no, I mean, like, honestly, you can dip most everything in chocolate. I probably like
and it improves the quality of the food.
Exactly.
But we do have some more national days to get into as you guys are getting after that $23 must-go large M.
That's right. But up next is National Inner Beauty Day. This day on October 7th focuses on raising awareness and supporting victims of human trafficking. Everyone has a story, a passion who expresses who we are as individuals. Our strength lies in embracing that story without filtering it through someone else's definition of beauty. When our core values reflect on the outside, we have given the world the gift we were born to give.
Yeah, definitely a crazy one on today. We do have Huntley over at Monticello VFW taking home $23. But yeah, it's always good to highlight human trafficking as it's a huge issue, and one of the bigger reasons of kidnappings and stuff like that is due to that horrible thing happening. But it also is a great day even outside of that to say, like, don't edit your stories for anyone else's definition of beauty. I think there's a lot of people that do that in just their daily lives that could use that advice to just tell your own story how you feel like it should be told.
100%. But we do have Loser Dave over at Finlayson Municipal Bar taking away that coverall prize. Nice job to you and the rest of the winners on this game. But days like this are really great because it just takes time to raise awareness about the issue and also to just raise support for not only the victims but also the charities and organizations that go in to help these people to help these issues get resolved.
And I know with places like Minnesota, like here in Michigan, there's a lot of waterways and stuff like that, and so that it's one of the bigger issues that happen in states similar to us in the Midwest. So happy International Inner Beauty Day. Hopefully today brings a little bit of awareness to you guys as well as us. Next up on our National Day list is National LED Light Day. October 7th may be unusually illuminating day considering it's National LED Light Day.
Awesome stuff.
I like LED lights. I think they're fun. I don't have them anymore, but as a teenager and stuff like that, LED lights were the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think for kids they're super fun. LED lights, I never really had them. The closest I got to it was I had like an orange little night lamp, and it was pretty cool.
Okay.
But it wasn't like an LED light; it just had a light bulb in it with like orange surrounding.
Yeah, I mean LED lights are so much more than just like
the strips,
the strips and colors that we talk about. LED lights is a specific type of lighting that I think is more efficient than our average light bulbs, and their light bulbs last a lot longer, being more eco-friendly.
Yeah, no, they're a lot nicer for sure in that sort of sense. I remember it was really cool because they are really nice lights and lights. I think that there's a lot of different ways that you can put them to good use and stuff. And I remember one of the cool ways that they were used it was a kids hospital that I went to when I was a kid. And it was cool because all the different rooms that you would go in, they had customizable lights, so you could customize the whole light level of the room and the colors and everything too. So it was like if you were in a room, you'd be like, oh, I kind of want it to be like, you know, like light blue and like a little dimmer, and you could have it like that. And it was really nice, like when I was, you know, a kid and getting treatments at those hospitals and stuff.
That's really awesome. That's definitely a cool one. But LED lights, super cool as well.
So versatile.
Yeah, that you can use them. And the LED strips became super popular over the last 4 years, 5 years. I saw them really blow up on TikTok for a while.
Kids love them now. It's hilarious.
But now I see people do a lot of different things with them. Like I've seen a really cool way of using them where they took like pillow fluff almost, and they like stapled it all onto a board and then put the LED lights underneath it. And when they shine through, it almost looked like colored clouds that were on a wall.
Make like little storm clouds and stuff. That'd be awesome.
I thought it was so cool that they did it, and such a unique way to be able to use those LED lights. That's not just the base like LED lights around the edge of your room.
Exactly, on the border and stuff like that.
I do like LED lights behind the headboard.
Yeah, no,
I think that
agree.
looks really clean.
Yeah, no, I agree too. I know a good way to use it practically, if you want to help alleviate a little stress on your eyes, is if you put it like behind your TV, on your TV behind it, like facing out. It actually helps to create a backdrop of light to like take off the sharpness of the screen and just, you know, the sharp light with no contrast behind it. And so it helps to kind of alleviate the stress that your eyes are being put through.
That makes sense. I never
especially
thought of that.
with computer monitors, like that's where it's the biggest with.
That would totally make sense to me. That's really cool stuff.
And it's cool because you can choose any color you want.
Yeah, and that seems like a really nice way to just be able to do it, because you can put like a nice little burnt orange behind you, and that's a nice relaxing color. And just helps you cool down after a day if you don't want to turn off the TV just yet.
Exactly. And also you can actually hook it up to where it's connected to your speaker or TV.
Oh, I've seen
that
before.
So it mimics either the sound or it mimics the colors on the TV and stuff. So you can do some really cool things.
I thought that was so cool, seeing it mimic the colors from the TV. Looked absolutely. I think it was I saw someone use it for watching Star Wars, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that just came out.
Oh, where they were dueling?
Yes, it was the Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi fight, and the lights in it flashing behind it look so good.
Oh, I can imagine that. Oh, I think I might have seen that video actually now that you say it.
Yeah, because that's one of the first times I ever actually saw them utilize having it connected to the colors that go onto the TV.
Yep. No, it's really cool. It's such a cool idea when you execute it like that, especially. But we do have a couple winners. We got Tom over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking away that line prize, and then we do have Yags 370 over at Riverboat Depot taking away that large M. And we have a really nice run-up with Mad Dog and Willissa in the lead, only 4 balls away.
Ooh,
2 balls away.
Mad Dog definitely in line to do it. Let's see, is he 1 ball away as we click past this? No, Yags 370 and Mad Dog were in line to be able to get this, but it looks like we're working past it, as Yags 370 was 1 ball away as we click past it. $39 available on that Musco coverall, and that coverall will continue to grow as we get into this next game. But we'll see who can take home the Musco as more players are getting to that 1 ball away mark. Now we got quite a few.
Awesome stuff. But of course, we do have one more national day to get into. And before I get into it, though, Tom over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking away the double win on this game. Nice job to you, Tom, and Yags 370 both winning on this one. But for this last national day, it is, of course, National Frappe Day. And this day on October 7th honors a versatile drink with numerous combinations. So there are flavors to suit everyone. Frappes typically are blended drinks made with either coffee or espresso and topped with whipped cream.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. I don't drink a lot of coffee, and so I don't have frappes ever. But the few times I've actually drank like actual coffee, it's been frappes because
it's like a milkshake, dude.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's so easy to drink. The only reason I don't have it on a regular basis, because I would have that kind of coffee all the time, is because of how unhealthy it is for you.
Yes, so much sugar, dude.
Yeah.
So much sugar. And the caffeine, surprising amount of caffeine in there.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
pretty crazy.
It will keep you up. It definitely works well if you're looking for a little energy boost.
Especially like the small one, it's kind of like, okay, like normal. I think I'm around a cup of coffee, I think it is. But when you get to the large frappe, it's like 160 milligrams of caffeine, which is insane.
That
it's like
is
2 cans of Red Bull.
That is definitely a lot. Well, definitely some great stuff on these National Day lists. Frappe is super tasty. So happy National Frappe Day, LED Lights Day, Inner Beauty Day, as well as Chocolate Covered Pretzel Day. We are now going to get into some Twins news as they ended off their season 77 and 84. Definitely not the way we wanted to see the end of the season as they started off so strong in the beginning portion.
Yes.
But
did you see that graph I sent you?
Yes, you did. I did. Where they were up at the top for the majority of the season, and then it just plummeted down at the last quarter of the season.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't the way we wanted to see it happen. But I think we have a lot of things that we can improve on, getting guys healthy, and just getting some of that talent elevated to the next level.
No, I agree. I think just having this off season at least to nurse some of those injuries, like you said, and get everybody back in action. But, of course, we did end off the season 77 and 84. Luis Reyes, though, a little bit of, a shine of bright light. He did win the AL batting title, going crazy this season. He hit a third-inning double after walking twice to finish the season at .316. Crazy. Super, super awesome. And the Minnesota Twins rolled to a 10-1 victory over the Chicago White Sox on Wednesday. Reyes was all but assured of topping the Yankees' Aaron Judge for the batting crown when the day began. He removed any doubt by walking in his first 2 plate appearances and then hit a drive that barely cleared the glove of right fielder Gavin Sheets before he was lifted for a pinch runner. And then, of course, he has said, it's amazing. This was one of my goals. I'm living a dream right now. This is amazing for me because I worked so hard for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where the season didn't necessarily go the way I'm sure Luis Reyes wanted, but he did accomplish one of those big goals, and you got to be able to celebrate those big goals even within.
Especially in baseball, I feel like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's such a team sport. It's hard to win and get into the playoffs when you're just one part of the team.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, for this, like, he's a champion. You know what I mean? Like, it makes him a batting title champion.
Yeah, it's really, really cool stuff. Yeah, I mean, a big example of that, of one person not being able to lead a team. Mike Trout has been trying to make it work.
Example.
Yeah, who work for the Angels, but then they can never win big. So, Arias, definitely a really great season, and congratulations to you for winning that AL batting championship. But we do have a game themed after the Minnesota Twins. It's called Twins Win. You guys can even check out the Home Run Derby bonus round, see if you win some Grand Slam prizes.
Awesome stuff. But we do have Brucey Jr. over at the Beach Club Bar and Grill taking away that line prize. Nice job to you, Brucey Jr.
Yeah, definitely. And Brucey Jr. is taking home some points towards our lunchtime bingo standings with that win. And we like to call those standings the Twiking Zone, as they are the combination of our Twins and Vikings bingo standings. And into the 10th place, getting bumped back from 9th. We got Kirby over at VFW Blaine with 96,000 points. With 97,000 points previously in 10th, now in 9th, we got T-Bone over at Poppers. 8th place is Red over at American Legion Fridley with 102,000 points. Wait. 1 second.
Oh, did we update the?
Yes, it looks like, okay, never mind. I'm changing it because T-Bone actually just got bumped back after passing up Kirby yesterday. Kirby was able to then come out the very next day and have a really, really good game. Pass him up, get into the 100,000 point club, moving from 9th into 10th with now 100,000 points. With 103,000 points in 8th place, we got Red over at American Legion Fridley. 7th place is Tez over at Poppers with 120,000 points. With 122,000 points in 6th place, we got Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant. 5th place is Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park with 185,000 points. With 195,000 points in 4th place, we got Simbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven. 3rd place is Mikey Wins over at Steve O's with 201,000 points. But before I get into the top 2, we do have a winner.
We got Mo HL 14 and MD Mailman Nice job to both of them splitting up that large M. Mailman is playing over at VFW Spring Lake Park, and then Mo is playing over at Max Park Place.
Yeah, and we already got that coverall winner as Snorky over at our place on 3rd in Faribault. Is taking home $39 on the Musco. Not bad for Snorky. And we are now getting enrolled into our next game of Vikings Bingo.
I think it's this must be the 5th game we're going to be getting into.
Yeah, I would guess it's game number 5 we're about to get into. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled and press and play. We want to give out some more jackpots. But to continue on with our lunchtime bingo standings, I hadn't gone over the top 2. As second place is Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven with 206,000 points. And in first place, we got Scrub Eye over at American Legion Fridley with 212,000 points.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to all those players in the top 10. But we do have some locations to take a look at as well, and they are all over the place. 10th place, we got Steve O's in Crystal with 99,000 points. 9th place, we got Halfley's Bar in Richmond with 105,000 points. 8th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 114,000 points. 7th place is Miniger Sports Hub on the Crescent with 123,000 points. 6th place is Our Place on 3rd in Faribault with 233,000 points. 5th place is VFW Blaine with 238,000 points. 4th is Poppers in Virginia with 323,000 points. 3rd place is Corky's Bar in South Haven with 386,000 points. 2nd is American Legion Fridley with 445,000 points. And 1st place is still VFW Spring Lake Park with 540,000 points. Looking pretty good in 1st place. Good job to all the locations and players all in the top 10s of those standings.
Definitely some great stuff there. Good job to all the players, locations, but also good job to all those players that are consistently playing our E-Tabs. We give out a bunch of great E-Tabs prizes all the time, and the one we're listening to right now that we'd like to highlight is Vikings Victory. You guys, it's a super fun game where you guys can even pick out a letter in the skull bonus and see if you can win some great prizes. And plus, it's a super cool graphic game with USA Bank Stadium in the background. You even got a Viking flipping his little what I call a football hammer or football axe. I'm not sure which one it is. It could be either one.
I think I'll take the hammer. It's like
hammer?
Mjolnir in a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's hammer as well. That's what I'll go with.
100%. But of course, try and win some of those jackpots in Vikings Victory. You can win jackpots up to $1,500. It's crazy, so definitely check them out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, over 70 different Charitable E-Tab games that you can play. All games 50 cents or $5 with those bets. And there's also awesome bonus and free-to-play rounds in all those games as well. We just got 25 seconds to get enrolled in this next one, and we got some interesting music days in history. The first one is interesting because now you see this happen all the time.
Okay, well, back in 1968, this little tidbit happened on this day in history, and long before the U.S. national anthem becomes a performance piece, the Puerto Rican singer Jose Feliciano makes waves when he does a slow, jazzy version of the song before Game 5 of the World Series between the Tigers and Cardinals. Among those joining up the uproar are Tiger starting pitcher Mickey Lolich, who complains that the overly long rendition screwed up his pregame routine.
Yeah.
So he wasn't even mad that it was like, oh, you're disrespecting like America. Like, no. Like, come on, dude. Like, speed it up a little bit.
He was just like, you ruined it. But now you see every single national anthem is that whole entire long,
they try and put their own little
out
spin on it or something like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who do amazing ones. There's other ones that are definitely more interesting. What was that 2019
Fergie
All-Star game?
Yeah, I think it was 2018, 2019. I think it was 2019. I think you're right.
Yeah, the 2019.
I think it was 2019 All-Star game.
Because it was the All-Star game before the pandemic.
Yep, and it was like the year LeBron was on the Lakers.
Yes. And it was there's been a few of them that have been bad, but a lot of them are good, and they're kind of a road paver for this big presentation for it is Jose Feliciano, who did almost the first version of it with a slow jazzy version of the U.S. national anthem.
Yeah, 100%. So, hey, shout out to Jose Feliciano. I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Slow jazzy version of anything. I will always be down for that.
Yeah, pretty much anything will sound better in a slow jazzy version.
100%.
But next up in music history, in 2016, so a little bit more current, the Rolling Stones played their first night of the Desert Trip Festival, which also features Bob Dylan, Paul McCartney, Neil Young, Roger Waters, and The Who. The 6-day, split over 2 weekends event raked in $160 million, making the highest earning music festival ever.
I feel like I didn't hear about this ever, to be honest.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like during the time where you were actually like paying attention to music and stuff like that, and never heard about it before.
Interesting. So, this is they have a new highest grossing one now.
Yeah, in 2019, breaking that record is the Outside Land Music Arts Festival, staged at Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. We'll talk more about it, but we do have a large M winner.
That's right. It's MegaSota and Robin. MegaSota's playing over at Dunmeyer's on the Lake. Robin is over at Corky's Bar in South Haven, both splitting up that large M. Nice job to you guys.
Yeah, they took home $29 million grossed over that time. And
nice. It's some pretty awesome headliners and stuff. But we do have no show over at McPete's Sports Bar and Grill taking away that coverall. Nice job to you guys winning on this game. But they were headlined by Paul Simon starting it off. Then they had Childish Gambino, 21 Pilots, and they also had Blink-182, Counting Crows, Hozier, Kygo, Lil Wayne, The Lumineers, Casey Musgraves, and Bebe Rexha. I don't know how to pronounce it.
No wonder it made so much money. It has literally every genre in it.
Seriously, yeah. They got people all over the place in that festival. That's hilarious.
That would be such a fun festival to
Golden
go
State
to.
Park of all places, too. They could get all those people that like all those music as well.
It's got such a diverse population around that area.
Exactly.
That pretty much all those different artists probably have a certain amount of fandom there.
Yep.
Which
100%.
is really, really cool stuff.
That's
Definitely a fun one.
hilarious.
And that was also the peak of Childish Gambino's popularity.
Yeah, 100%.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that was right when he whatchamacallit released that Pink album because of the internet.
Yes.
And so that was really big at the time. But
Yeah.
that's really cool stuff happening in 2019. But on this day in 2016, the Rolling Stones did their version of it, and it was nearly just as successful.
Yeah, definitely some awesome stuff. Cool. I mean, Bob Dylan, Paul McCartney, Neil Young, Roger Waters, and The
insane.
Who, a very, very star-studded group, making sense why they were the highest grossing ever at the time.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's definitely some crazy stuff.
And it looks like this doesn't even they I don't know how they equaled it out to it being the highest grossing, because they say they only made $29 million on it.
Yeah, interesting. I guess maybe they're considering just the profit of it. I'm not sure. Here, maybe go down and see if the other one is on this list. 2016.
No, this is just one. It only is talking about. Oh, does it?
No, it's just talking about the same annual festival. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Look up the Desert Trip Festival and see what comes up. But, of course, while we are figuring that out, we do have only a minute left to get into this next game. $20,000 available on this jackpot. 52 balls or less to win. So keep on trying at it. We still got it available, and we are about to look into the Desert Trip Festival that had the Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, and a lot of other legends there, too.
Yeah, I mean, it happens a bunch.
It happened 6 days in 2016.
Yes, and let's see if we can find out any more about it.
So, look up gross. Yeah, let's take a look at $280 million in gross revenue.
Yeah, that seems like the highest grossing. It may be because it's split up between two different weekends that they didn't count it in the Guinness World Record or something.
And I think the revenue is just everything they got. But $160 million in profit, that sounds about right.
Yeah, definitely some cool stuff there.
That's crazy.
Definitely some fun days in music history. But if you guys want to make Pilot Games history, get signed up at pgl.world and become a member of our league. It only took John 26 seconds to do so you guys can definitely do it as well. You guys can, by signing up, you guys get access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it, as well as compete for points during those PGL nights.
100%. event. But we have some new PGL members that just signed up. We're going to give them a quick shout out. Those players include Stu71. Before I get further, though, we do have a certain James Bond member.
Yeah, we got Fun Time 007 over at Shooter's Saloon and Eatery, taking home $26 on that line prize. I wonder if they know that a bunch of the Sean Connery James Bonds came out on today.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they're on our movies released on Today History.
Oh.
We have at least 2 of the Sean Connery James Bond movies released.
That's kind of fun. That's pretty cool.
Good job, Fun Time 007.
Yeah.
Definitely some cool stuff there.
She's like, I just went out to eat to celebrate Sean Connery's movies coming out today.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I would so respect that. It's like a worthy celebration.
For sure.
But of course, Stu71 started off our list, and we have Blue Frog 12, Pink Fly 123, Fred Trisha, BJ Palumbo, Andrew Scar, Sparky File, Gina 1440, B Sant Jer 34, and Midnight. All of them joining up with the PGL. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully we're going to see you guys getting some huge jackpots or maybe even getting on those PGL standings.
Yeah, definitely. And in those PGL standings in 10th place, we got Keeves over at Clearwater Corners with 618,000 points. Before I get into our top 9, we do have a large M winner.
That's right. We got Sparkle 31 over at Lincoln Depot taking away that large M. And we got 4 balls away until we get that coverall. This is insane.
Yeah, great run up at this. I'm not even going to hop back into the top 10 as I think this is going to be a close one. JVV and JPJQ are both 4 balls away, and they'll need to creep closer. Lots of players 4 balls away.
Let's do it. Let's
Still
do it.
in line to take it home. You'll have to creep closer as these balls continue to drop. We need players now 2 balls away.
Okay.
Yes, still in line. We'll see if we can go out right here. $20,000. No, it's clicking over to our next game. $39 available on that must go. But, man, was that a great run-up for that coverall prize.
I feel like it's about to go out.
Yeah, it should go out in the next few balls as we already got Mad Hatter and T-Bone 1 ball away.
Yeah,
oh, you're talking about the coverall jackpot.
I think the jackpot might go out soon.
It
I
feels
think it's
right.
hinting at
It feels right. We do have our winner, STU, as well as Bobby C, splitting up that $39 must-go prize. Bobby C over at Gabe's by the Park, and Stu over at Eagles Rochester.
Awesome stuff. Nice job to all the winners on this game. But, of course, we still got that jackpot out and about at 52 balls or less to win, so keep that in mind. We only got about 4 more games or 3 more games to get into.
Yeah, it's going to be some fun stuff, so get enrolled and press play.
Yeah, we only got 3 more games.
Only 3 more, yeah. But on to our player side of our PGL standings. I already talked about Keeves in 10th. 9th place is Sarah Honey at VFW Austin. In 8th place, we got Nixon at VFW Roseville. 7th place is Keith over at Billy's Rockford. 6th place is Chapster over at Moe's. 5th place is Brizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill. 4th place is Bergar over at the Rusty Nail Thief River Falls. 3rd place is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill. 2nd place is Devoided over at the Roadside. And the only player in the 1 million point club in 1st place, we got Forget You D at VFW Austin, continuing to build his lead.
Well, 100% awesome stuff to you guys. But now in 10th place for the location standings, we got 10th place Cabin Bar in Nicolette. 9th place it is Corner Bar and Grill in Winstead. 8th place is VFW Austin. 7th it's LJ's in Miltona. 6th place is Friendly Buffalo in Big Lake. 5th place is Corner Pocket in Rice. 4th is Maple Liquor Store. 3rd is VFW Northfield. 2nd is Poppers in Virginia. And, of course, the only member of the 3 million point club, we got 1st place, Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, really good job to all of those locations. And make sure you guys are coming out next week for those PGL nights. On Tuesday, we got that MegaSota game night. Starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. And we have our final Twins Wednesday happening next week as well, as that happens every Wednesday from 7 to 9. And we'll be switching over to the Wild Wednesday as our Wild season is getting underway.
Ooh, awesome stuff. And they do appear to be nearly ready for the regular season after firing on all cylinders in a 4-1 preseason win over the lowly Chicago Blackhawks. It was awesome. Rookie Marco Rossi, newcomer Sam Steele, and creative veteran Mats Zuccarello each had a goal and an assist for the Wild. Wild backup goaltender Philip Gustafsson made 25 saves, looking pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Former Wild netminder Alex Stalick was in goal for Chicago and did not fare well, giving up 4 tallies on just 23 shots. He didn't receive a ton of support either, with the Blackhawks going 0-6 on the power plays. Jack Johnson scored Chicago's lone goal. But hopes are high that Rossi can help make up for the loss of 85 points that left with a winger Kevin Fiala in the trade to Los Angeles. And on Thursday, he showed why hopes are high.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's looking great. Honestly, the offense is looking really good.
Yes.
Like the fact that we've been scoring like 4, like 2, 4.
And I put that more into the fact of that our star defensive players, the guys who are like we are known for defense at the Wild, those guys, they're sitting out of these preseason games. And so once we get this full starting lineup back going and we use these guys to make up for the points that we lost with Kevin Fiala, because that's really the biggest question of us being competitive. Can we score the points that we did last year and still maintain the defense that we have, because we didn't give up much of the defensive stars that we had already on the roster outside of the goalie,
Cam Talbot.
Cam Talbot. But we still got, obviously,
Philip Gustafsson and Marc-Andre Fleury.
Marc-Andre Fleury, really, but I'm really a big fan of
Jesper Wallstedt.
Yeah, Wallstedt. I think he could be a player in this upcoming season if he continues to develop.
No, I 100% agree. I mean, he's only 19 years old, and he's already looking this good. Like, that is craziness. But we do have Yags 370 over at Riverboat Depot taking away the line prize of $26. Nice job to you, Yags. And we already got 4 balls away for the large M. And that jackpot is going to be available in 52 balls or less to win. So we got a pretty good run up already.
Yeah, we do have our final preseason game happening tonight as the Wild are taking on the Stars at home at 5 p.m. It should be some fun stuff. And your final look before we actually get going in this regular season. But I don't know if I need another look. We're 4-1. Those role players that we were questioning whether they were going to step up to become stars, they are looking like they can do that. And I'm just super excited to get the actual regular season underway to see how this whole team meshes together.
Yeah, no, honestly, I agree. But obviously, you guys know we have teamed up with those Minnesota Wild people. We can play the E-Tab game we teamed up with them for. Let's Go Wild today at any of your favorite Minnesota bars. Definitely try it out. Let us know what you think. It is one of our more popular ones. I mean, all the sports ones are so fun.
Slapshot bonus round, pretty sick bonus round as well, if I do say so myself. But we are still working on this $26 must-go large M, as we're hoping to give this out pretty soon, as we want to run up at this 20 grand jackpot. Players are 1 ball away. Probably going to make it ability to get a bit of a run-up, but it's going to be close. There it is. We got Yaxel. Yak 17.
Yep, YX 17.
Over at Moe's.
Oh, no, we're not going to make a run at it.
Yeah, they're taking home $26. Good job, YX 17. Now we are working on that $39 must-go coverall prize. We got Mercedes out there.
I'm just like envisioning an axe that's like a Y instead of a normal axe. So it's like an axe that splits and it has blades on either side. It's kind of a cool axe.
Okay.
I don't know if it exists.
Or is the handle a Y?
It's like that'd be kind of cool. Just like just like do it like that.
Almost built like a what would you weed whacker? Like you know how you hold a weed whacker like something, like that. You just it's just on an axe now.
Very true. But we do have Yags 370 and Mrs. Yags splitting up the coverall. Nice job to you guys over at Riverboat Depot, taking away that $39 of must-go prizes.
Yeah, basically all to themselves.
Yeah, literally.
Because it's going
to the same household.
Yeah. Good job to both of our winners in that game. And now we're getting enrolled into this next one with that jackpot continuing to grow and roll in this. But as you guys are getting enrolled into this game, we got a little fishing report to check in with Duluth, Lake Superior, St. Louis River, and inland waters. This is done by Explore Minnesota on October 7th. Fishing on the St. Louis River estuary has been good for walleye, catfish, northern pike, and a few crappies. Walleye have been scattered, but many can be found feeding on the channel edges when using live bait rigs. Rip jigging, bigger takas, jigging wraps, or puppet minnows will get some reactionary bites. For bigger fish, concentrate on the deeper cuts in 18 to 22 foot depths. Catfish remain very active in the warmer waters. For the most action, use a simple night crawler presentation in the warm side where the temperatures break is evident. For northern pike and an occasional muskie, chuck shallow shadow wraps or spinning baits along a shoreline. For crappies, work the submerged wood structures with a small 1/16 ounce jig and soft twister tail plastic. Rip jigging a small taka minnow should also produce a few bites.
Hey, awesome stuff. Well, hopefully you guys absorb all that, become better fishermen because of it, and of course, it's all because of us.
That went in one ear, out the other. I have no idea what that said there.
100%. Well, hopefully some of you guys earned some of that information and are taking it out to the waters this weekend. But, of course, just a reminder, when you guys are playing pilot games, share those pictures with us. We love to get those pictures and see your smiling faces, whether you're winning a huge jackpot like this dude over here and, taking a picture with it smiling, or even Mad Dog as well. Send pictures like that, too. Or if you're just, hey, there's Fred Trisha taking away that $49,000. That was a huge jackpot.
Really, really cool stuff.
But, of course, if you're winning jackpots like those people, definitely send in one. Or if you're just hanging out with your friends and family, at the bar, playing some pilot games, send those pictures, too. We love seeing you guys just having fun. So definitely send them in. You can either share them on Facebook by sending them to us directly or by posting it on Facebook with the hashtag PilotGames. You can also email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. Another direct way to do it, and all of those are good avenues to send them in.
Oh yeah, and going a little bit out of order of what we normally talk about, we're gonna hop into this day in history, as this is a crazy day in history. On October 7th, 1916, Georgia Tech defeats Cumberland University 222-0 in the most lopsided game in college football history. Coached by John Heisman, a later namesake of the college football most famous trophy, Georgia Tech takes a 63-0 lead in the first quarter at Grant Field in Atlanta.
That's hilarious.
Now, as soon as I saw this, I was like, why didn't they take the dogs off?
Yeah.
Like, what happened that, I was like, they just kept on piling up the points. Like, after 70 points, you should start to feel comfortable that they're not going to make a comeback. Before I talk more about it, we do have a winner.
That's right. We got Chris over at Eagles Rochester and Grandpa Jack over at Friends Bar and Restaurant taking away that, splitting up the line prize. Nice job to you guys.
Oh, yeah. But, the whole entire thing is, and then I'm reading more about it, and at halftime, John Heisman was quoted in saying, after being up 126, was talking to his players and was like, you don't know, those Cumberland players could bring out anything. They keep your foot on the gas and don't let up. Like, hit them hard, hit them clean, and let's win this game, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, like, what do you mean? It's 126-0. Like, you need to keep the foot on the gas. The gas has already been broken.
Yeah, you are at your destination, dude. You have exceeded that.
Exactly. So I was already wild. Now I finally figured out what had happened in between why this actually happened. Well, John Heisman also coached baseball.
Okay.
And Cumberland beat them the previous year in baseball. But how they did it was they hired professional baseball players to come and play for their university to beat Georgia Tech.
That's ridiculous.
So they came in and they were like, we are going to absolutely wallop them this time and beat them 222-0 to make a statement like, hey, you don't beat us up like that or else we're going to come back for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. I love that. That's hilarious. But we do have a winner, Grandpa Jack over at Friends Bar and Restaurant. We do have that must go at $40 up next on the coverall, but 222-0.
I know. I was like, what an evil man. I was literally saying it to Will this morning. I was like, what an evil man, just to ruin these kids' football journeys over at Cumberland University. We do have our winner, though, in this game, as we have Jormel over at Clearwater Corners taking home $40. Good job to all of our winners in this game. And we are now about to get enrolled into what I'm guessing is our final game of Vikings Bingo. So make sure you guys get enrolled. Press play. Over $20,000 of prizes in this game.
Awesome stuff. Good job going into this last game. Hopefully we can get that jackpot out. But, of course, Danielle Hunter has been a little quiet, and we're going to go into it for our Vikings news today. The freaky athletic Minnesota Vikings edge rusher has not made much noise 4 games into the season, and is starting to draw some worries from a fan base that was expecting Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith to wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks and just be a crazy duo.
Yeah.
Instead, Hunter has 1 sack and only 7 quarterback hurries through 4 games, which is not bad, but, it's not good by any means. For perspective, he had 5 sacks and 16 hurries through 4 games last season. So what gives? What's been going on? Well, defensive coordinator Ed Donatel chimed in and said on Thursday that it always takes time to go from a 4-3 base defense to a 3-4. The edge rusher role Hunter's in right now. Every guy that's ever made that transition, this first month looks a lot like that. It's pretty normal, Donatel said. There's a lot getting used to this role.
Yeah.
But it also probably has a lot to do with facing 3 consecutive elite right tackles.
Yeah, that definitely slows you down a bit when you go those 3 in a row.
Yeah, no, I agree. But and then you're kind of starting to think a little bit. Will Chicago be the perfect matchup for Danielle Hunter to finally have that breakout performance? And the answer is yes.
Yeah, I think so. You got a weak line over there with the Chicago Bears, and I think he'll be able to take a little bit of advantage of that. Take a few notes from that game on how he dominated so heavily, and bring them into each performance following, and just building up that confidence that you have in that defense as well is a huge thing. And once he gets some confidence, it's going to be an unstoppable duo between him and Zadarius Smith.
I agree. I definitely agree. I think right now we're just waiting for those pieces to click. You know what I mean? I think we look good already. We're winning games already. It's just like our potential is already so much higher, though.
Oh, yeah. We've been talking about this. I've been talking about this the past 2 days in particular, is that we are still learning these offense. We're still learning this defense, and we're 3-1. Like, we have so much more room to grow by the time the end of the season goes, and so we can just be better. But the fact that we started 3-1 at the beginning of the season with these 2 new programs getting implemented into our offense and defense, I think we will only get better and should be a really good team, especially when playoff time hits.
Yeah, no, I agree. And honestly, last year we were literally sitting there thinking we have everything. We just need to start winning these close games, and now we're doing that.
Yeah.
We're starting to win those close games.
Exactly. That's the huge point too. Is that we found ways to lose games last year. We're finding ways to win games this year, which is a really good thing to see.
No, I 100% agree. But of course, definitely tune in for that next game against the Bears. It's going to be noon right on Sunday, like every other game going on Sunday. But you can also click on the sports link on the Player Connect app, fill in those e-tip boards, try and get some chances of some extra PGL points, and at the same time, you can also look out for the Vikings Victory e-tab game that we've teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings for. You can pick out letter in that skull bonus. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it's super fun stuff, and we're listening to it right now. We do have prizes in this game, $29 on that line and large M, and $20,711 on that coverall. Hopefully we can give it out today, but we already got that line prize going out.
That's right. Yags 370 over Riverboat Depot taking it away. Nice job to you, Yags.
But some celebrities born on today in 1904. We got Chuck Clean, a American Baseball Hall of Fame right fielder. He won the Triple Crown in 1933, MLB All-Star in 1933 and 34. And was the NL MVP in 1932 for the Philadelphia Phillies.
That's awesome. 1935, Thomas Connolly was born, an Australian writer. No, he wrote Schindler's List.
Yes, a very, very popular movie that was made from that book.
Yes.
In 1950, we got Granny, also known as Emma Webster. She's a Warner Brothers cartoon character created by Frizz Frelay, Looney Tunes, and Murray Melodies series. The first debut was in Canary Row.
Yeah, no, she's a funny
She's the owner of Tweety Bird.
Yep, exactly. So, hey, happy birthday to Granny, born in 1950 on this day. But in 1951, we got John Mellencamp, American rock singer-songwriter known for Jack and Diane, Small Town, Pink Houses, also the co-founder of Farm Aid, and an actor in Falling from Grace.
Really cool stuff. Happy
100%.
birthday, John. Next up, born in 1957, we got Jane Torville, an English ice dancer who is famous for the duo Torville and Dean and won the Olympic gold in 1984.
Yeah, that's some awesome stuff. Happy birthday to Jane Torville. Up next, though, a funny one, 1959, Simon Cowell was born. English recording executive and television producer and professional jerk. He was on X Factor, American Idol, and Shrek 2, and he's hilarious. He's so funny.
He's really softened up over the last few years.
I agree. He's like a normal
kind of
nice
like
dude.
Gordon Ramsay. They've both really softened up over the last few years.
I think it just came out that like it was always just a personality that they had.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, super funny stuff. Happy birthday to those guys.
We do have game time over at Pizza Man Farmington, taking home $29 as we did click past that coverall prize to a $43 must-go. Last celebrities born on today. We got Marco Beltrami, American film composer who did 310 to Yuma, The Hurt Locker, as well as Logan.
Huge.
And then in 1976, Charles Woodston, Hall of Fame cornerback, won the Heisman Trophy for University of Michigan, and then was a dominant player for the Green Bay Packers.
100%. But, of course, Loser Dave taking away the last win of the day over at Finlayson Municipal Bar for lunch hour bingo. Nice job to Loser Dave, Game Time, and Yags 370 all winning these last prizes. But, of course, we got a great player spotlight to get into because this week it is Fred Trisha over at Moonlight Bay. They won a jackpot over $49,000, but when they won that jackpot, they were helping to support the Northern Lakes Youth Hockey Charity. Their mission statement is to promote a fun, fair, and safe environment that maximizes participation and improves player skills while developing sportsmanship, teamwork, and self-confidence.
Definitely some great stuff. You guys are getting enrolled into some game day bingo, and while you play, remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
we're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson! Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Come on, let's get stinking rich. Smell you later. Smells like money. Five free plays awarded. That smells wild. It doesn't get any better than that. Smells like a big one. Five times multiplier. It's raining cash. You gotta play to win.